Okay. So, welcome to my second video of the day. I do want to just say before we get going that we have a little bit of this No Jumper Chicago merchandise left over. I was actually kind of amazed by the amount that we sold while we were there, but we still have a little bit left. So that's up on nojumper.com right now, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Just click on shop. You'll be in the zone. Anyway, I saw this story coming out about Bhad Bhabie, and I thought that this was pretty interesting, and I wanted to delve into it. For the record, me and Bhad Bhabie used to be real cool. We were friends, and then I don't know what happened, but she unfollowed me and blocked me on Twitter. And somebody told me that the reason why was because, and I don't even remember this, apparently in some video I said that her veneers were too big, like her teeth looked big, which I mean, to be fair, I saw her bitching about the exact same thing on fucking Instagram, and that was the only reason that I think I even felt like it was okay for me to maybe like acknowledge that they did look kind of crazy, is just because she had said it. So I was like, okay, if she knows they look fucked up, then I don't feel bad about saying that they look kind of fucked up. But apparently that earned me the Twitter block. I actually texted her one time, and I was like, yo, why the fuck do you have me blocked? And she was like, I don't have you blocked. And I was like, yes, you do. I sent her a screenshot, and that was it. And I haven't talked to her since. So anyway, that's my friendship with Bhad Bhabie, a.k.a. Danielle, currently on hold. And she does this. I can't get mad, I guess, because, to me, it's like I'll always be cool with her. I think she's chill and everything, but apparently she's mad because I said something about the teeth. Whatever. I'm not letting it bother me or anything. But I did see this story. Bhad Bhabie says people don't like her because she's white. Wow, did she really say that? Is what I thought when I first saw this. Is like, holy shit, Bhad Bhabie. As somebody who at least sort of cares about your career, you probably shouldn't be saying stuff like that, because there's a lot of woke people out there, and they're probably like really just geared up, bored on Twitter, looking for somebody to start some shit with, and you, my friend, are a perfect target. Anyway, let's actually read this. Bhad Bhabie is seemingly letting some of the hate by others get to her since the 16-year-old hopped on Instagram to share a lengthy statement on the matter. The words shared by the Gucci Flip Flops rapper detailed how she believes that people hate her because of the color of her skin. This is, I guess, one of the quotes. Y'all will promote half of these female rappers that dead ass suck. Y'all only fuck with most of them because they pretty or you like they style. I promise you, these bitches ain't on that. But when it comes to me, a bitch that can really rap, y'all don't want to fuck with me because how I came up and because I'm white. Now, the reason why I was thinking about this is because, the Double XL cover dropped last month, and it did not feature Bhad Bhabie. She was somebody that people definitely maybe were considering because, to me it seemed obvious that they were going to put a lot of women on the cover, like usually they were putting a one on the cover, and it seemed obvious to me that they were probably going to do at least two, and they actually ended up doing three. For those who have a short memory, it was Megan Thee Stallion, Rico Nasty, and Tierra Whack. But Bhad Bhabie was nowhere to be found. I believe that if she was going to have ever been on the cover, it probably wouldn't even have been this year. It would have been like the year before or something. It seemed like that's when her music stuff was hitting the hardest. She had songs that were kind of going up. And I actually took the time to go on her social blade. I'm not going to lie. I checked out her social blade, and as far as I can tell, her Instagram growth is steady. It seems like she's doing fine on Instagram. Her Twitter growth is pretty much flat, which I guess shouldn't be that surprising because I believe that, realistically, is anyone really trying to follow Bhad Bhabie on Twitter? I don't really think that's her like lane. Like her and I have approximately the same number of followers on Twitter, even though she's like much more famous than I. And I think that's because maybe people would prefer to consume her content in other places. But yeah, her Twitter's basically flat. Her YouTube is going okay. It's still like a steady. She's getting like 27 million views a month, which is not bad. And then she's gaining like a couple thousand subscribers on YouTube per day. So it's not that Bhad Bhabie has completely cooled off. I think that what we're seeing is that there's just a lot more competition in terms of the number of eyeballs that could be on her at any given time. I mean, she had a couple of years of exponential growth, and it's always like that when you're a new artist coming out for the first time. It's always like, everybody's seeing you for the first time, so you're watching your subscribers go up like crazy. I know for myself, I've seen this as well, where there's just a rate of subscribers or followers that you are capable of getting early on that you probably are never going to see again in your career. Unless, you do something insane. Like, for me, when I was first coming out and people were first starting to see like, oh, No Jumper, that's a cool YouTube channel. I mean, we still have steady growth on YouTube, but it's like much easier to get a shitload of new followers when nobody really knows who you are. And Bhad Bhabie kind of has that problem now where everybody kind of knows who she is. A lot of people, like a lot of the reason why she was growing so fast early on was because she was just controversial. She was crazy. And a lot of the shock has kind of worn off. People aren't really that taken aback by the idea that there is a young girl who's a famous rapper and that she was on the Dr. Phil show, et cetera, et cetera. But what I think is crazy and just weird is to see her promoting herself as if she is this artistic virtuoso at this point. Y'all will promote half of these female rappers that dead ass suck. Y'all only fuck with most of them because they pretty or you like they style. I don't know. Like, look at the other women who are popular these days. Like, let's look even at the three that made the XXL cover: Rico Nasty, Tierra Whack, and Megan Thee Stallion. They're all pretty for sure. Megan is definitely probably the one who has like the most traditional prettiness about her. I guess you might say that people are probably the most likely to look at Megan and be like, oh my God, she's so hot. But for the most part, I don't really think, Tierra Whack and Rico Nasty, they're both very cool looking, but they certainly don't really like present themselves as if they're like sex objects or anything like that. So this is a weird way for Bhad Bhabie to go, is to just sort of like accuse everybody of fucking with these rapper girls because of their sexy points or something like that. It just doesn't really seem to be true for the most part. Like, I actually can think of a lot of really hot girls that are trying to be rappers, like girls who are more attractive than a lot of the really popular female rappers, if I were to be completely honest. And their music ain't doing nothing, like all kinds of Instagram models and strippers and, regular models, whatever. There's so many of them. You guys don't even know about them because their raps suck that bad. I'm just being totally honest with you. Like, they're just not good. And when you're not good, it's just not going to happen in the rap game. Like, being hot is just not enough. We could all, anyone who's been in this game for a while can point at a ton of attractive women who've tried to be rappers where it didn't work out. You got to be good. And when I look at Tierra Whack, Megan Thee Stallion, Rico Nasty, the ones who are actually blowing up right now, they're good, right? Like, they're all like, I could look at all three of them people and be like, okay, them girls are all good-ass rappers. Like, they definitely, and on top of that, I'll say that they all seem like, they're actually very, very involved in their creative process. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know that Rico Nasty has never had a bar written by somebody else. I have no clue. I'm not like involved to that extent, but it seems to me that they're all creating their own shit, as far as I can tell. So, it's kind of hard times for someone like Bhad Bhabie because there are just a lot more girls doing it right now who are reasonably popular. Like, if you were some young girl and like, I remember when a couple years ago, I used to say that Bhad Bhabie was basically the number 3 female rapper. And it was basically true at that point based on streams or sales or whatever. It was like Nicki, Cardi, and Bhad Bhabie was number 3. And that doesn't really feel like the case anymore. Feels like, Megan Thee Stallion in particular is just absolutely exploding. Everybody's talking about her nonstop. So Bhad Bhabie's kind of, feeling bad for herself because she's just not quite as shocking as she was before. But involving the race part is weird to me. Y'all don't fuck with me because I came up and because I'm white. I mean, I guess there's definitely probably a certain extent to which that is true, to be honest. Like, when you look at the XXL cover, I'm sure that they were skeptical and they were definitely holding off on the idea of putting a young white reality star type rapper on their cover, you know? Like, that's a big decision for XXL because they know that if they do that, that everybody's going to sort of call their credibility into question, regardless of the fact that Bhad Bhabie is popular on her own. You know, that's a big decision for them. That's like basically putting like the reputation of the entire publication on the line, and they've shown a resistance to doing that, I believe. But the really funny part, which I keep fucking up and not getting to this, the really part is that I can really rap. When it comes to me, you bitches ain't on that, but when it comes to me, a bitch that can really rap. I mean, Bhad Bhabie is somebody who I believe has always been super upfront about the fact that she had a ghostwriter, she had somebody helping her do her stuff, and that's okay. Like, nobody's mad at that. Nobody thinks it's that out of the ordinary that Bhad Bhabie has somebody helping her out with her lyrics. But for her to sort of play the victim there and act like she's this lyrical virtuoso and y'all are giving attention to this girl and this girl, sort of weird to me. Sort of strange. Wait, bad, but it goes on. In the Instagram post below, bad, they just write bad. Why don't you write like Danielle? In the Instagram post below, Danielle hopped in the comment section to or her full name, Bhad Bhabie, hopped in the comment section to clarify exactly what she meant. Since people took the post as shade to Cardi B and City Girls. City Girls is the other one I should probably be mentioning when I talk about girls who are popping off. No Cardi B and City Girls shade. I'm talking about girls that are still kind of underground. Young Miami, JT, and Cardi already proved they on that. Bad commented. Bad did show love to Asian Brat, Megan Thee Stallion, and a handful of other acts for supporting her, but it looks like she's getting no love. It looks like she's getting some love she thinks she deserves. What do you guys think? Anyway, okay, so I should be hired as a proofreader for hotnewhiphop.com, I believe. Would be probably a pretty good job for me because I just spotted a little error there. But anyway, what do you guys think about this? It's just like hard times now because we're starting to see what can actually happen when there's a bunch. This is probably the first time ever that there's been this many popular women rapping. It's like a pretty new thing. Like, you know, Nicki Minaj basically had hip hop to herself from a female perspective for like 10 years. And then Cardi B came along, sort of cracked it open, and now all of a sudden there's just a million girls who are trying to rap, and they're, you know, there's at least a few of them that are taking off. You know, at first I'm not gonna lie, I was a little skeptical because I have seen, like, the media is so eager to have some of these girls who are coming out rapping actually be successful that I see some dishonesty. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the other day I was reading an article that was, you know, from some publication that was like basically talking about, oh, there's so many girls that are popular in rap right now. And I clicked on it because in my head, I'm kind of like, is there really? Like, I know that there's a lot of like cool girls who are rapping that people in the media and maybe some percentage of people on Twitter, etc., want to see succeed. But in terms of actually really doing numbers on streaming services and actually really killing it, I mean, that's a much smaller number. And I know a lot of that stuff is sort of hidden from the public eye. Like, most people can't really see Spotify fucking plays and shit like that. But, I mean, definitely now it feels like the pack is thickening, and there's like more and more women who actually are really popular. Oh, yeah, because what I was going to say is in that article that I was reading, they're basically like mentioning some girl rapper and saying like, oh, she has the most rabid, obsessed fan base. She's exploding right now. And I went to look at her social blade because I was like, she's exploding? Like, her? Really? Like, you know, I'm not saying their name because I don't want to call anybody out or anything. I know this person. She's a nice girl. But I was just like, they're seriously saying she's exploding? I went and looked at her stats, and she's actually like falling off. She's like losing followers on all the platforms and stuff. And I'm like, why do they think they can get away with that? Like, why is it that the media is content to lie about who's popping in order to sort of, like, what do they think they're doing? They think that they're influential enough that people are actually just going to believe them and then just sort of like roll with that lie. It's a little shady to me. I would prefer somebody to like actually keep it real. But anyway, you know, obviously there are girls who are blowing up right now. And I don't think Bhad Bhabie's career is done by any means. I definitely think that there's a very strong possibility that she still got hits in her, you know? Like, I don't think people are so opposed to Bhad Bhabie that they are just done with her for life. It just might be that she hasn't had the song for a while. And also, to be honest, once Bhad Bhabie gets older, I feel like it's just she's gonna be like a whole new person once she actually, she's still stuck in that like weird child position, It's like, how many people really want to listen to a 16-year-old girl rap? It's kind of a strange position to be in. I feel like when she hits 18 and people on Twitter are actually able to like objectify her with a clean conscience, that might be good for her career and everything. But as of yet, it doesn't seem like these comments are getting her the backlash that I would think she might get. Because, if this was Iggy Azalea saying this, like this is actually the exact kind of stuff that got Iggy Azalea out of here a couple of years ago when she was having her moment. Like, God, people forget that there was a moment where everybody was acting like Iggy Azalea was the next big thing. And then the fucking public turned their back on her so fast, especially the media. It happened like in the blink of an eye. And a lot of it was just because she was saying stuff that was, not sufficiently woke. And actually, when I look back on it, a lot of the stuff that Iggy Azalea was saying that time period was pretty stupid. And she definitely shouldn't have said it. But I guess Bhad Bhabie hasn't really screwed up to that extent. I don't think anybody thinks Bhad Babie's racist. Maybe a little confused, but not racist. Anyway, this ended up being a little longer than I thought it was going to be. Adam 22, No Jumper. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. New videos coming soon. Go watch my Young Thug interview. This is all. NoJumper.com. Peace.